Let's start with an irrefutable fact. You will miss out on nearly everything life has to offer. That's happening. That's inevitable. Snuggle up and get cozy with that idea right now. There are nearly 7.5 billion people in the world in 50,000 different cities. There are millions of different experiences that you can pay for, and nearly infinite experiences that you can't pay for, ranging from hiking up a mountain for a perfect view, to getting a pet lizard, all the way to trying up a day for the first time and liking it a little bit too much. Even if you stay active into your 90s and you visit and have great stories from every country in the world, you still will have, mathematically speaking, missed out on nearly everything that has ever happened in the years you were alive. You'll miss out on the sweet rave that was happening in Ecuador while you were in Taiwan, and the amazing street fair in Taiwan while you were in Switzerland, and that total hottie that would have been a once-in-a-lifetime bang in Switzerland while you were absorbing the culture in Turkey. Beyond that, you're missing time at home, time with childhood friends, time you could have spent cooking your own meals, time spent reflecting on life, getting to know your neighbors, or seeing the latest Marvel movie. With every moment you're alive and everything you're doing, you're sacrificing experiencing everything else humanity has to offer. You're always missing almost everything. If that idea freaks you out at all, maybe consider stepping back, re-examining yourself, and realizing that you're being an idiot. Our FOMO epidemic. That's not to say that your problem is uncommon, because it's not. There is now a pretty demonstrable link between heavy social media use and society's recent meteoric rises in depression and anxiety. There's a lot to this, the constant feedback loop of peer approval, cyberbullying, heroin levels of stimulation, but a lot of it can also be blamed on FOMO, the commonly used term meaning fear of missing out. FOMO is primarily thought of as being based on experiences. Oh man, my high school friend of me is going ziplining in Costa Rica. I want to do that. Shit, my ex is at an escape room. I want to escape rooms. OMG, look at her pics. She looks like a gypsy queen. I should have gone to Coachella. I could have seen, Hogs of Oblivion. That's gotta be the name of a band, right? But there is way more to FOMO than this. FOMO spans the entirety of the human experience. It's also about missing out on having someone else's body, or boning someone else's body, or buying a house when they do, or having kids when they do, or doing a well-staged yoga pose on a cliff in Indonesia when they do. It's about feeling like you failed at life because you don't have something, anything, that someone else does. Social media has taken what everyone else has, from a vague notion that gets kind of half confirmed every 10 years at school reunions, to being the primary information we take in every day. This has led us to the very, very dumb mistake of thinking that this is important. I'm not entirely sure what to do about this. The culture is screwed, and nobody really knows how to unscrew it. But here are my best guesses at a FOMO cure. 1. Accept that you'll miss out on everything. So if we want to conquer our FOMO monster, that's the first step. Accept right now that you're going to miss out on most things, whether that's a vacation, an activity, looking a certain way, being loved in a certain way, or eating bull testicle soup in Vietnam. Most things a person could have, be, or experience aren't happening to you. Every time you see something you feel like you're missing out on, remember that it's a drop in the bucket of the literal infinity that you're actually missing out on. Get cozy with that idea right now, fully accept it, and it will lose its power over you. 2. Practice gratitude. Of course, it's easy for me to call you an idiot, but hard to change an idiotic thought process. After all, it's perfectly natural to compare ourselves to others. This is leftover monkey brain stuff. Cavemen had total FOMO. If you saw another tribe had more goods saved up for the winter than yours, it was beneficial to identify that as being bad, so that you'd be motivated to club them over the head while they were sleeping to steal all of their raspberries and rabbit carcasses. And if you're truly in a position like that now, it still makes sense. If you are literally starving to death in a cave, and you look on Instagram and your ex is giving a thumbs up with the caption, "Just had some hashtag bread," some degree of FOMO makes sense. But if that's not the case, if you're a human in the modern first world, and there aren't any immediate threats to your survival, and you're just upset that your coworker went to Tahiti, there's a good chance that you are in fact just being a caveman dipshit. The best way to change our idiotic thought process about wanting what others have is to feel better about what we currently have. The best way towards that, I think, is to practice gratitude for your food and shelter, for the things that bring you joy, and for the fact that you're loved, be it by a girlfriend, a parent, or one of those creepy 50-year-old yogis who claims to love everyone and is a little bit too ready to give massages. Practice gratitude for everything that could warrant it every day. And I do mean practice it because you won't just feel it right away. Try to absorb as much joy as you possibly can from everything you experience, and you won't feel like you're missing out on quite so much. For all 5 steps, check out my full post, The 5-Step FOMO Cure You're Totally Missing Out On.